Hey guys and welcome to, What If Deku Was a Villain? Part 3. I've never met someone like you, but I'm glad I did. Pray you'll have a quirk in your next life, and take a swan dive off the roof. And so Izuku did, but instead of dying he got saved by the villains. Izuku is now known to the public as Deku. And for the past 2 years Deku has been the world's most dangerous and violent villain. But will one little kidnapping of a certain gravity quirk girl change his mind? This is my first story and it is a Izuocha story, and for some reason I like villain Deku x hero Ochaco. I'm sorry if there is some spelling mistakes or errors in the story, or if the story is trash, please give me feedback. If you guys like this video and want to see more what if videos I make, be sure to like and hit that notification bell. Now with that out of the way, let's begin this what if. Deku jumps up and throws 2 knives at Bikugo and Todoroki, and jumps at Kirishima. Kirishima's quirk turns his body into basically a rock, so throwing a knife at Ijiro was pointless as the knife would just bounce off of his body. Deku knew that, so the only logical approach would be to just go toe-to-toe with him and hope that his quirk would die out so that he could get the upper hand against him. The 2 knives that Izuku threw at Todoroki and Bikugo missed, but they missed them by an inch. So it was enough to slow them down and get them out of the air. They stop and look over to see Kirishima and Deku fighting. You go and help Kirishima, I'll go and see if I can get Aizawa-sensei out of there, Todoroki said, heading towards Aizawa and Shigaraki. He runs up to Aizawa and Shigaraki, as with a tch Bikugo heads toward Kirishima to back him up. Give up. You aren't ever going to beat me, Deku yells at Kirishima. He just ignores the Izuku, already used to Izuku's taunting him. Stupid Deku. One way that you can tell if Bikugo is around Deku is if he starts screaming Deku or screaming in general. Here comes Bikugo, exploding himself toward Izuku, ready to blow up Izuku. However, for some odd reason, his explosion ended up hitting Kirishima. Nice aim, Kaken. Izuku smiled. Bikugo grew angrier. Don't let him get to you, dude, Kirishima says, trying to calm down the blonde-haired boy, tch. Bikugo stares at Deku, the green-haired staring back. I can't read minds, buddy. Deku laughed. Damn it Deku. Why the FCK did you join them? Bikugo launches himself toward Izuku again, aiming to explode the boy. Oh, I don't know Kaken, I wonder why, Izuku replied, a sadistic smile forming slowly onto his face. Bikugo only growls and tries again to explode him again. But right as the fight between the trio got more climatic, a bang was heard as the doors to the USJ entrance were blown away from their hinges. At the doorway, a tall, muscular blonde bunny ear hair man stood at the entrance. No more fear, for I am here, All Might exclaimed, anger in his tone. The exclamation only made Deku's smile get wider at the sight of All Might, and he mutters a small, finally. Bikugo and Kirishima charge at once at Deku, in an attempt to finally put an end to their little battle. Deku has fought many fights, so he knew what signs show that he is about to be attacked, as in seeing out of the corner of his eye that they are no longer in the spot that they once were in. Right as they were about to get hits on him, Izuku quickly cuts Bikugo's cheek and tackles Kirishima. Now that All Might is here, I can no longer afford to continue my fight with you two, I'm sorry. It's been fun, but I have to go. Bye. Izuku waves and soon runs off. Where do you think you're going Deku? Get back here. Bikugo screams and chases after Izuku. Kirishima following suit. Before All Might showed up, Todoroki was kind of having a hard time getting Aizawa out of the little trap he was in. The Nomu attacked, but Todoroki always used his ice to block the attack. Shigaraki, annoyed with the blocking of Todoroki, orders Nomu to kill Todoroki. Now that Todoroki was Nomu's target and Tsuyu, Shinso, and Mineta are out of the water, this gives the advantage for them to save Aizawa. Oh, and 13 is almost dead. Tsuyu and her party of 2 took the advantage to rescue Aizawa, and luckily succeeded. Before Nomu could kill Todoroki, the doors burst open. No more fear, for I am here, All Might said with a hint of anger in his tone. Before Nomu could kill Todoroki, All Might managed in time to save the boy. Meanwhile Tsuyu and the others carry Izuocha out of the place to heal. And now, back to All Might and Nomu having a ball out. You can't damage him, one of his quirks is shock absorption. Deku has made it to where All Might and Nomu is, and is watching the whole fight. Shock absorption, huh? All Might said. Then began to furiously punch it. Everyone's eyes widen when Nomu gets blasted through the roof. Gone for good. But when All Might did that, his time became almost up. And now All Might is left to start bluffing, so he did. Come on villains, aren't you guys going to attack me? You came here to end me, right? All Might said, trying to bluff out the villains. Deku stares at All Might for a while. What's up with him? Shigaraki whispers to Izuku. Izuku stares at All Might longer. All Might just stood there, and Deku got an idea. He's bluffing. He whispers back to Shigaraki. Deku walks up to All Might, smirking out of victory. All Might began to get nervous, knowing that Izuku could see through him. As the class watches Deku walk up to All Might, they recognize Izuku as the shady black-haired kid that used to be in their class. So their theory was correct. So All Might, just for starters, do you recognize me? Izuku asks, still smirking. But the smirk drops to a frown when he sees that All Might is a douche that doesn't remember ruining a kid's dream. Seriously? You don't remember me? You don't remember ruining the quirkless kid's dream? The last question Deku asked had pure venom after every word. All Might's eyes widen as he remembers the poor quirkless kid from the rooftop. It's okay All Might, you're still the big hero in the public's eyes. The fearless All Might. No one suspects any fear or secrets about him. Deku laughs. Let's see how long that lasts. Deku took out a knife from his pocket. All Might tries to get ready for a fight. The kids summon their quirks, getting ready to help All Might. Long live the symbol of peace. Deku says, a crazed look in his eyes. Deku runs up to All Might, the kids jump to Deku, the villains run towards the kids. But right as Deku hits All Might's weak spot, the doors burst open, revealing a bunch of heroes. Ida in front of them. I have got help. Ida says, but then big smoke appears, and Deku turns his head, a big grin on his face when he sees what is right in front of him. A skinny Might is right in front of him. But before Deku can get anyone's attention to look at what used to be All Might, the villains tell Deku that they have to retreat. With no argument, Izuku goes with them. Deku, being the last one to leave, looks back, and makes eye contact with a certain short brown-haired soon-to-be hero known as Ochaco Uraraka, remembering her kindness she showed him, knowing that he was quirkless. Her being the only one in their class at UA that hung out with him, and talked to him. Her little nickname for him, Yami. All of it gives him the courage to smile a little. A smile that promises that things will get better. And a little wave, as he turns around and walks through the portal that Kurogiri made. She waves but doesn't smile. Remembering how he was only nice to her, only talked to her. He made her feel special. Like she was someone special. But when she found out that he was a villain, it made her think that it was all bullshit. Everything that he said, he did, it was all just bullshit. She was not gonna smile at him after witnessing all that he did today. What he did was wrong, and if she ever gets the chance to tell him, she will take it. When they got back into the villain hideout, Deku went to his room and lay down on his bed. We were so close. If that stupid knew-it-all didn't go and get the stupid heroes, then we would have won. Deku yelled inside his head, punching his bed. He is practically throwing a fit. Then he remembered what happened while he was going to walk through the portal, but something told him to turn around one last time. But when he saw Ochaco, he couldn't help but smile. A happy smile. All at once the little memories that he had with Uraraka came rushing back to him. Faster than a running river. For some reason he feels happy. But sad at the same time. Remembering her is giving him a sad feeling. 13's dead, but he's not sad about that. But yet, Uraraka is not dead, but he feels sad without her, thinking about her. there is one thing that Izuku doesn't understand, he misses her. Third POV, today Deku's villain gang is making a plan on how to tick off the heroes and how to get someone from UA to join their crew. They only want someone from UA because the current plan is to ruin UA's reputation. If the villains ruin UA's reputation, then no more good heroes are going to be made from UA due to nobody wanting to go there. Sure, there are other schools and all that, but UA is the main focus right now. Once people see how strong they are, taking down the #1 hero school and all the heroes in there, then they will take over the world. Nobody will be able to stop them. Why not Shoto Todoroki? He's Endeavor's son. And plus he can make a good villain, he's strong, and from what I have heard, he has a grudge against his own father. Kurogiri exclaims, clearing a glass cup. No, he is strong, but he is going to be a little hard to catch. Shigaraki says in a matter-of-fact tone. How about Katsuki Bakugo? He's strong, and acts like a villain. From what I've heard from his past, he used to be a bully. And so why be a hero if you're practically a villain? Dabi asked, leaning back on the couch, eyes closed. Hell no. Izuku says, loud and clear. Izuku, for a while, glares at Dabi for suggesting Bakugo. He stares until Dabi apologizes. Okay, this is going nowhere but dead end. Toga says. Momo. She's smart and strong. The only hard thing is getting her to join us. Kurogiri says, happy that he put in someone strong. No. Deku plainly says, lying down on the floor. Why not? Kurogiri sadly asks. Because she would never join us. Deku says, looking over at Kurogiri. Kurogiri puts his attention back onto the glass. What about Hagakure? She's invisible, so when she goes on missions to eliminate people, she won't be detected by the target. Shigaraki asks, scratching his neck. No, she may be useful, but she is loud. Deku looks at Shigaraki. Everyone stays quiet, thinking of someone to throw into their little gang. Over some time Deku manages to get Ochako off his mind, that is until now. How about Ochako Uraraka? Deku asks slowly. Everyone looks at him. I mean, she's only a hero for money, and to help her parents. But if she was a villain, she can still see her parents. And she can still give them money. She is strong and has a powerful quirk. She can be great on the team. Deku said, or mostly likely asked. Everyone stared at him. Then started considering his option. I don't know, Shigaraki said, unsure if they should get Ochaki. What do you got on her? Asked Dabi, staring at Deku from the couch. Information? Asked Izuku, looking up at Daki from the floor. Yes. Dabi simply states. Okay, well. I got her quirk. And her UA file, you guys have that. Stated Deku, staring at the roof. Normally when Deku starts to think or talk about Ochako, his mind goes blank and the only thought in his mind is her, okay. Dabi quietly said. It all of a sudden got awkward. Okay, well, how are we going to capture her? We need a plan. Kurogiri said, putting down the very clean glass. Deku leans against the couch. Leave that is me and Kurogiri. Said Deku with a smile. The plan on how to capture Ochako depends on when she decides to walk home alone. In which she does every day, when Ochako and Ida part ways. Recently she and Ida have been getting along. And so the two always walk home together, or at least to when they need to part ways. Or when Ochako wants to walk alone. So Deku decided to get her the next time she wanted to walk alone. It was the day that they planned to kidnap Ochako, and now Deku hopes and hopes that Ochako walks alone that day, in which the universe is not on his side and he sees her with Ida. The original idea was to just go back to the hideout if she was with someone, but hey, why wait? So Deku just stalks them until they part ways. They sure do seem happy together. Deku remembers back to 2 or 3 days that Ida and Uraraka knew each other and were friends. It kind of made him want to go and talk to her. But he knew he couldn't. Not with Ida there at least. But when Ida left, Deku wasn't ready. And started panicking. He doesn't know how to kidnap her. He doesn't want to hurt her. He doesn't have a tranquilizer. What does he do? Then he has an idea. Something he has been wanting to do, talk to her. Third POV, Deku watches Ochako and Ida split to different paths home. Then once that happens he jumps out of his hiding and behind Uraraka. Ochako keeps walking, Izuku follows. That is until Ochako feels like she is being followed and turns to see if someone is following her. "Hello Ochako," said Deku with a smile. "Deku?" Ochako exclaimed, surprised to see the boy. "Yep. Don't be scared, I won't hurt you," Deku said, walking towards her. "I'm not scared. I'm just surprised to see you. Just because my disguise got saw through, doesn't mean I died," Deku states. Ochako walks away from Izuku, still facing him though. Deku walks closer to her. "Don't walk away from me. I just want to talk." When Deku reaches Uraraka, he grabs her arm. "Let go!" Ochako yells. "Kurogiri, open the portal." And as if Kurogiri is a mind reader, the portal opened. "Sorry Ochako." Deku mentally apologies as he knocks her on the head. They go through the portal. The portal led to a familiar place. Well, it was a familiar place to Deku. The place was a room that was only lit by a single light bulb. That light bulb was above a single chair in the middle of the room. The floors were stone and so were the walls. The room was rather small and square. The door was wooden and placed in the middle of a stone wall the chair was facing. The chair is also wooden, with straps on both armrests and front legs of the chair. Deku places Ochako on the chair and straps her in. Then he sits on the floor and waits for her to wake up. Then he has an idea. Something he has been wanting to do, talk to her. Still third POV, flashback 2 weeks ago, Ochako was having such a great time at UA. She made several friends. All of the girls and some of the boys. The one named Katsuki Bakugu, she didn't really like. He was angry all of the time. But ever since Bakugu saw Deku again, he became even angrier. He blocked out everyone, except his little squad, Denki, Shiro, Kirishima, and Mina. That's the only people that he doesn't yell at as much as the others. But it's obvious that Kirishima is his best friend out of all of them. And currently all the girls are huddled up in the classroom, talking. "Okay, so I have to figure out that Denki likes Jiro," states an excited Mina. The pink-skinned girl became the class shipper, shipping everyone. "But I still haven't figured out who to ship Ochako with." Jiro, upon hearing that Kaminari likes her, turns redder than tomato. Then look at Kaminari. Denki looks back at her, smiles, and waves. Jiro's face somewhat turns redder than it once was. She looked away from Kaminari and tried to hide her blush with her earphones. Mina's smile grew wider watching the whole scene. Ochako just quietly watches from her spot between Tsuyu and Momo. "Hey Ochako, are you still caught up with the fact that Mikumo was actually Deku?" Tsuyu asked. Ever since Deku left, she started talking to other people. Soon she became close with her classmates. Tsuyu, being her best friend, "No, I don't have time to be caught up about that. It's not going to make me fall behind," Ochako says with a smile. The truth is, yes, she is still caught up about that. Well, he was the first person ever nice to her in this school. And he was her first friend. She was going to go and greet him that morning, before Bikuga started yelling at him. "Okay," Tsuyu says. Tsu knows that Ochako might still be thinking about that. But it's better if she doesn't push any further. "Just so you know, Ochako." All of the girls look at Ochako, and smile. "We are your friends." They put their hands on her shoulders. "We will always be here for you." End of flashback. Around 2 hours after Deku put Ochako in the chair, Ochako woke up. "Huh? Where am I?" Ochako sleepily said as she woke up. Ochako looked around the room. That's a lot of stone. She thought. Good afternoon. Deku greeted Ochako. She screeched, surprised all over again. It was then that everything came back to her. She tried to move her arms and get up, but couldn't because she was strapped into the chair. What do you want from me? Asked Ochako. She stared at Deku. Nothing, I just want you here with me. Deku said. But he later regretted his choice of words. Creep. Ochako bravely stated. Okay. No. Not like that. Deku madly blushed. Ochako blushed a little too. The room's atmosphere became tense. Okay, what I meant was that I want you to join me. Deku said, calming down from the previous event. Join you in what? Ochako asked, raising an eyebrow. What I am. The League wants you to join us. Deku said, returning his smile. Ochako doesn't know how to answer. She doesn't want to be a villain. She wants to be a hero. But she also doesn't want Deku to be a villain. She still wants to be his friend. It's been a week since Ochako got kidnapped, all of her friends are worried. They don't know where she is and haven't seen any hint on where she has gone. When Deku asked Ochako if she wanted to join them, she rejected the invitation. Deku smiled at that, but not in front of Ochako, of course. Deku doesn't know why he smiled, or why his heart fluttered every time she smiled or showed any worry towards him. And it was weird when his heart fluttered at the fact that she rejected his invitation to the villain's birthday party. She was someone he could trust. Sometimes he finds himself opening up to her, telling her his secrets. Stuff about his past, and she would sit and listen. But that was when his team was not harming her. Link in the description below to those who are interested in the story's method of harm. They would always try and convince her that heroes are crap. They would tell her to stop believing that the heroes would save her. They would tell her that no one is looking for her. The League weren't the only ones harming her, as Izuku also did so. He didn't do it as bad as the others, but when he is not torturing her, they talk to each other. Sometimes I think I'm losing my mind. It's like I'm hearing someone talk, but no one is there. Ochako told Izuku, who looked at the young lady with concern. He didn't know how to reply to that. He is insane, but he didn't know how to save someone from becoming insane. But isn't that their goal? To make her insane? But he didn't want her to become insane. He liked her just the way she is. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I'm sorry if the wait was too long, but I hope to see you all in the next video.